welcome to my channel. Okay, so I just had to make a video on the whole 50-50 situation because I feel like no one is really talking about it in depth like that, and it's actually getting very out of control. So I'm here to expose 50-50 for the snakes they are. Aha, you thought. No, I'm just kidding. I had to throw in a little jokey joke before getting into this, otherwise I'm gonna get too pissed off to talk. Anyways, I'm here to lay out all the facts of the 50-50 case and show everyone just how much the girls need our support. This is my very first YouTube video. I was thinking that this was going to be the only video, but considering that information keeps coming out every day and this video is going to become outdated very quickly, I will have to make an update video in the future to avoid any more misinformation being spread. This is my very first video. Like I said, so it's not going to be anything fancy. I'm literally recording this on my phone and just playing around with the video editor and hoping it looks nice. So this video is just to say my piece and bring awareness to everyone about the situation going on with the members of 50-50 and really K-pop in general at this point. With that being said, this video is not for K-nets or brain-dead K-pop company stans. They seem to have made up their minds about the case based off of information and have been easily fooled into thinking these girls are some sort of evil mastermind manipulators who portray their innocent CEO or whatever. So this video is mainly for people who either don't know about this at all, have yet to hear 50-50 side and to see if all the articles and tabloids coming out only amplifying the CEO's voice, or want to know more but are just too confused or intimidated by all of the information that is out there. So yeah, warning for defending the members, I guess. If that triggers you so badly, please click off the video and finish filling out that job notification, okay? Thank you. This was originally just going to be a short rant video about the situation, but I quickly realized that I can't speak my piece or defend the girls in the situation without having to lay out all of the evidence to avoid being labeled as biased or ignoring the facts of the case. The only way to go about this is to back up my reasoning with facts, evidence, and sources. So do not leave stupid, hateful comments on my video trying to tell me anything more about the girls or the CEO in this case, because you are going to get blocked and your comment will be deleted. You will never catch me defending a company over the employees, ever. Like, when did we start blindly supporting companies? Were we born yesterday? Anyway, there is so much I want to get into and a lot of things to say, and even as I'm writing the script, more and more information just keeps coming out. So I'm not sure how long this video will end up being, but I'm going to do my best to break it all down into several parts to organize my thoughts and put everything in a cohesive-ish timeline. The sections of this video are going to be who is 50-50, trouble behind the scenes, poaching, lawsuits, and media play, 50-50's letter and the SBS episode, the Dispatch article and Panchoa, other articles and additional information, my opinion, why honeys love 50-50, and conclusion. I also have a separate document with timelines of events with sources and articles to help guide me and have things flow a little bit more smoothly throughout the video. I'll also be putting all my sources and links to articles in the description, as well as a Twitter thread explaining the 50-50 situation, and you can read for yourself as well. With all that being said, let's get into the video. I think everybody and their mama knows who 50-50 is at this point, so I'm not going to get too deep into it. But for those of you who do not know, 50-50 is a 4-member South Korean girl group founded under Attract in partnership with The Givers. Please keep that in mind. They debuted in November of 2022 with their mini-album The 50 with the title track Higher. The group is composed of 4 girls, Kina, Seina, Seo, and Aran. Kina is the oldest member, being 21 years old, and Aran is the maknae, or the youngest member, being just 18 years old. Their concept is 50% dreams, 50% reality, hence the name 50-50. Them plus their fans make 100, so their fans are called honeys. While their debut album did pretty well for a new group from an unknown company, they are most well known for the smash hit Cupid that literally took over the world in spring of this year. Chances are you've heard the song so many times you know all the songs by heart at this point. They broke so many records, many articles started calling them monster rookies, all-kill rookie girl group, and other things of that nature. They even signed a deal with Warner Music Korea and landed a spot on the Barbie OST, aka the most anticipated movie of the year. Side note, I went to go see Barbie hoping that they would play 50/50 and Callie's song in the movie or during the credits, and they did not, and I was kind of really disappointed about that, but whatever. 50/50 is already an award-winning group less than a year into their careers, snagging the Favorite TikTok Trending Song Award at the 2023 Bulletin Awards. They're also currently 3-time nominees for the VMAs for Best K-Pop, Group of the Year, and Song of the Summer. And on top of this, they are also nominated for the 2023 Pop Golden Awards for Golden K-Pop Song of the Year Award and Golden Pop Breakout Award. But yeah, that's 50/50 the group in a nutshell. Now, I watched all of this go down in real time, and let me tell you, when I first listened to their discography, watched their live stages and MVs, I quickly fell in love with this group. Their aesthetics were so cute and pink and girly, the girls were so likable and spoke English incredibly well, and their singing, don't get me started on their vocals. Aran literally has the voice of an angel. She has such strong and unique vocals that I absolutely adore. Like, she ate all those songs the up. Easily my favorite vocalist in K-pop as of right now. Anyways, everything seemed to be going really well for them. While the song was going absolutely viral, Jung Hung-jun, the CEO of Attract, spoke very highly of himself and the role he played in 50/50 success, boasting about how much he cared about the girl's success, how he had to sell his personal belongings, including his car, among having to cut back on spending in his personal life in order to afford the girl's first album and comeback. He even stated that he could only eat cheap meals at one point just to cover production costs. Wow, such a selfless and noble saint. Anyways, it really seemed like it was nowhere but up for them. I was really looking forward to seeing them on variety shows, doing more interviews, and especially to see what their next comeback had in store for them. But not too long after they blew up, fans couldn't help but notice how radio silent their social media pages were. Aside from just sharing the Cupid Achievement of the Week, it didn't seem like the members were doing much despite their newfound famous success. The girls were not going on variety shows, conducting in-person interviews, posting regularly. Like, y'all are telling me a Nugu group has the biggest hit song in K-pop right now and they're barely getting any interviews? No variety show content at all? Like, this shit is not adding up. If I remember correctly, they only got the one variety show appearance, and that wasn't even with the full group. It was just Kina and Sena who went to represent 50/50. And then there were these really weird-ass messages on the fan cafe asking fans if the fan page for 50/50 should be transferred or deleted or whatever by a certain date, which obviously alarmed fans. It was so random and out of nowhere. Attract then gave Honeys a vague-ass explanation for the post, stating that it was third parties who hacked into the fan cafe and wrote the post. So their statement reads, "Hello, this is Attract. We would like to inform you about the attempted shutdown of the official 50/50 fan cafe that occurred at around 3 p.m. today. This was not done by us, but was done due to the unauthorized account takeover by external forces. We have confirmed that they have uploaded the post which said that they are going to shut down the official fan cafe. The managing account for the official fan cafe has been recovered. Attract is taking action as quickly as possible to ensure a smooth fan cafe use and prevent any further reoccurrences. We would like to give our sincere apology for causing confusion to our fans. Sincerely, Attract." It was like, what the is going on? Things were getting really fucking weird very quickly, but it was not until the end of June when everything suddenly started coming to light. By the end of June, the CEO, JHJ, suddenly accused a mysterious third party of trying to poach the group from a track and get them to break their contracts. There was a lot of speculation around who was trying to snatch the girls up, but it was Warner Music Korea who a track was pointing fingers at, which Warner Music quickly denied. Not too long after Warner denied the accusations, JHJ then switched up his story and accused the Givers of trying to poach the group. Now, I'm not going to lie, this is the part where it gets really messy and a lot of people get confused, but I will do my best to break it down for you and present the facts as is in a chronological order. I do want to note that since all of this was happening over in Korea and I live in the US, the dates may be a little weird or off, but please bear with me. I also want to note real quick that a lot of the stuff we're going to be talking about from this point on is alleged. So yeah, there's a lot of information we need to get through in this section, so if you're confused about anything at all, please feel free to ask any questions you may have in the comments down below. Also, I'm working on this video all on my own, so if I forgot any important details at all, also let me know in the comments as well. I will add anything I forgot in this video to the update video I'm going to have to be making in the future. Okay, so let's get started. June 23rd of this year was when JHJ made the first claims of someone trying to poach 50/50. Their statement briefly addressed fans' concerns about 50/50's lack of activities, stating that due to member D's surgery at the beginning of May, the surgery decided to give all the members time to rest for right now. I've decided not to name which member was having health complications out of respect for her privacy. Please remember this point for later. The statement goes on to say that the illegal acts could damage 50/50 and K-pop as a whole. The statement was then ended with a quote saying, "Those willing to die will live, and those willing to live will die." Quote, "We will fight with desperate determination to protect our artists who have become valuable talents to Korea and repay the support of fans who love them so generously by working even harder for their development." End quote. 3 days later, on the 26th, he identified Warner Music Korea as the poachers. That same day, Warner denies the accusations, basically stating that their allegations were false, and they asked people not to spread any more false rumors about them. Not even a day later, on June 27th, JHJ then switched up his story and claimed that the Givers, the company that Attract was partnered with, of trying to poach the members of 50/50, and announces that he is going to sue the Givers for break of trust and fraud. More importantly, this was the same day that the members of 50/50 announced that they were suing Attract for violating the contract and their trust, and filed for injunction to suspend their exclusive contracts with Attract. Now, this is the part where people tend to get their facts wrong and have been getting wrong for months. So let me explain slowly and clearly for the people in the back who get confused easily. The members are suing Attract because they failed to be financially transparent with the members. Let me restate, they are suing just for financial transparency until they could be transparent with the members. They want to suspend their contracts at least temporarily. People read that their lawyer said the members naturally want to be paid and ran with it, when the lawyer's actual statement reads, the members naturally want to be paid and they're not arguing that they should be paid. He also said, "We are asking for settlement materials to be properly provided in accordance with exclusive contract obligations and to supplement the contents to make sure that they are correct. We are not asking for money. We want to clarify that point. We will ask them to specifically clarify how they spent 8 billion wons, and I think they will submit the materials." Basically, he's just asking for them to prove and provide the documents of what they did with the 8 billion wons. And that's it. He also requested that people refrain from speculating and criticizing the members, stating that the members are still young, there are a lot of misunderstandings and accusations, and there are also very excessive accusations being thrown around. If possible, we ask that you refrain from making unfounded accusations until the outcome of the trial is known. Yeah, about that last part, remember when a track said that they were going to defend their artist with desperate determination? Yeah, this was around the time that the media play slandering 50/50 started to get so out of hand, to the point that many honeys were emailing Attract requesting them to do something about it to protect the members and their reputation. And Attract did nothing. While JHJ was making rounds on his media press run, he said and did nothing to protect the members he supposedly cared so much about. What happened to all that desperate determination you were talking about? But we'll get back to the media play in a second. Anyways, the members were not asking for a check or a bigger cut. They just want to know what JHJ did with the 8 billion Korean won advance that he received from Interpark to invest into the group. Yeah, that's right. To fund 50/50, JHJ received a whole 8 billion with a B won from investors to spend on a new girl group project alone back in August of 2020. According to this article about the criminal lawsuit 50/50 filed, it has been revealed that Star Crew spent the advance payment received from the music distributor on the unspecified expenses and included it in the name of investment costs of the girl group, causing Attract to bear the debt of the advance payment, and the revenue from the music and recordings of 50/50 is being used to pay off the debt. It is stated that Star Crew Ltd is a company that signed the training contract with 50/50. Attract wasn't founded until June 2021, and then he's been registered as the company director and CEO since July 12th of 2022. On or about July 12, 2021, JHJ signed a business transfer agreement with Star Crew Entertainment for the production of the new girl group, and 50/50 now has exclusive contracts with Attract. Therefore, Star Crew Entertainment does not have any rights or relation to 50/50, and the subject of obligation to plan and produce the albums of 50/50 belonging to the complainants and to distribute them through music distributors is Attract alone. Currently, 50/50's album revenue is being used to repay Star Crew's advance debt. Therefore, 50/50 has no ties and owes no debt to Star Crew Entertainment because they were transferred over to Attract. And yeah, all that talk about him having to sell his car and eating cheap-ass meals or whatever the hell were bold-faced lies to make him look good. He never had to struggle to get the funds to manage the group. It was practically thrown into his damn lap. And what's even weirder is production funds had run out in 2022, and JHJ was given another 2 billion won to fund the group. No wonder the members got so suspicious. What the hell was he doing with all that money in such a short amount of time? Anyways, on July 5th, during the first court hearing of the preliminary injunction of their contracts, 50/50's lawyer, Yoo Young-suk, also stated that the company had tried to push the members to promote despite their deteriorating health, and asked that people not throw around baseless accusations about the members, which was not respected at all. All these YouTubers and tabloids have been doing for the past couple of months have been slandering the members based off of false information, including this hack journalist, Sun Myung Lee, who is unpopular with many girl group fans for constantly writing slanderous articles against female idols and trying to tarnish their careers. But we'll get back to him a little later. Their lawyer also stated that no external force is making the members go through this lawsuit, and they're doing this out of their own free will. 50/50 just wanted to know what was done with all of the money, which is their right as idols and artists to do so, no matter if they debuted 8 years ago, 8 months ago, or 8 days ago. That was all they asked for. It never had to spiral out of control like this if the agency had been financially transparent with them from the beginning and didn't go crying to the media instead. The members also claimed that there was a breach of the contract because the trust between the girls and the company was broken. Remember when I said that they had announced the hiatus of member D in May because of a medical procedure she had to get done due to her deteriorating health? Well, not too long after this, it was then revealed by Attract exactly what illness that member D was diagnosed with to fans, which allegedly member D never consented to them sharing that kind of information in the first place. July 2nd, JHJ revealed a phone call between Seon, the member of the Givers, and Warner Music Korea, offering him 20 billion Korean won to buy 50/50 from the Givers in a tract. The innocent and benevolent CEO portrayed this exchange like it was all done behind his back and didn't even know what a label deal was in the first place. Yeah, because someone who's been in the K-pop industry since the 90s wouldn't know what a label deal is. Anyways, Seon then revealed text between JHJ and himself talking about the offer from Warner Music Korea, proving that he was well aware of the deal from the start. The only reason JHJ rejected the offer was all because he wanted to put a tract on the Korean stock market. Seon then also revealed that JHJ had lied about the advance payment from a park not being for the new girl group project, who ended up being 50/50. Anyways, amidst all of this, JHJ then also accused Seon of trying to steal the rights to Cupid by forging the signatures of the members on official documents. Seon claimed that he was only claiming neighboring rights to the song and not copyright. Nevertheless, the Givers announced that they were then, in turn, countersuing a tract for defamation and for breach of contract as well. If I'm being honest, I don't care too much about this part because it doesn't have much to do with the actual case of 50/50 versus JHJ and a tract, despite what tabloids want you to believe. I'm just gonna post a statement that the Givers lawyers made right here for you to read if you care. And then, of course, amidst all of this, Korean media and tabloids got involved, which I expected, of course, but did anyone else find it really strange how much not only the Korean media was sucking off JHJ, but also K-Nets? It got so bad that K-Nets literally started doxing Korean 50/50 fans who were defending the girls and providing solid proof of JHJ's shady past and business practices. And people want me to believe that those guys are the ones in the right? Yeah, okay. I knew they loved harassing and making fun of idols online over there, but this is a whole other level of harassment. Anyways, I was so shocked by how quickly the tabloids devolved into just straight up insulting and slandering the girl's reputation, even going as low as insulting the members' intelligence while putting JHJ on a pedestal. How do people not see this as straight up bullying at this point? Even if you believe you're on the right, what kind of sick and twisted version of justice is this? Sungmyung Lee, the journalist I mentioned earlier, wrote as many as 10 articles in 2 weeks slandering 50/50, focusing on how much the Korean public was against them instead of reporting and focusing on the facts of the case. Like, bruh, obsessed much? He and many other people spoke and wrote about JHJ like he's some innocent, clueless old man who doesn't know better, was taken advantage by 4 girls less than half his age, and could never possibly do anything wrong. Is this just because he has been in the industry for decades or some silly-ass excuse like that? Because people were so quick to bring up old shit from the Sharp scandal from 20-plus years ago in his defense, as if he wasn't one of the morons who watched that member get bullied, harassed, and abused by her own group and literally did nothing or say anything to stop it before it escalated and ended up on national Korean television. Yeah, the angelic CEO who was also quoted saying that he believed that it is his job to be harsh and mean to his idols in an article back in 2014, saying things such as he has a prickly personality and how he believes it's his role to tell idols to lose weight and not to hold back on his hurtful comments. Ah, how cute! JHJ Oppa is just the best. Anyways, anyone with a brain could see that something fishy was afoot. But let's not forget, a very similar situation happened to Luna, financially speaking, and pretty much everybody was on their side. Well, mostly on Chu's side, but on Luna's side by association. But I'm starting to think that Luna was spared from the same fate as 50/50 because they've been in the industry for years at that point and had the chance to make genuine connections within it and build a very strong international fan base as well. Not to say that 50/50 doesn't have a fan base too, but the group of fans dedicated to them is small compared to other fan bases at this time. Not to mention that a lot of honeys I've met are navigating and getting into K-pop for the very first time through 50/50, so it seems like it's been hard for them to decide on what to do and how to come to a definitive conclusion on ways to best support the girls during this time. Also, JHJ literally got millions of Korean won off of Cupid, so he would be able to easily burn money on paying tabloids a pretty penny to participate in the slander and defamation campaign against the members. It wasn't just Korean media either. All K-pop, Koreaboo, and other shit wannabe Korea media outlets that international K-pop fans read and follow have also shown how shamelessly proud they are to be on JHJ's payroll, defending him at any chance they can without any substantial evidence to back up his claims or properly looking into 50/50's side, showing their biases for the company and spreading misinformation about the case, seemingly trying to get international fans to turn on them as well, which hasn't been so successful so far, especially not on Orbitz. But apparently, these sites never had the best reputation when it came to the integrity of journalism, so hey, I guess that's on me for having my expectations too high. A lot of Knets have also claimed that all the Koreans know the truth about the group, but then when asked to present the facts to international fans, they either just repeat themselves without providing said proof, or call foreigners stupid. Like, that didn't really prove anything at all, but okay. It seems like everyone is turning on these young girls, calling them greedy, scammers, and all sorts of other horrible names. And I'm just gonna be honest. If you're a grown-ass man getting scammed by a bunch of teenage girls, then how are you supposed to be capable of running an agency in the first place? Wouldn't that just show how incompetent you are as a CEO and a businessman? Like, who the hell would want a bozo like that running the company they're under and managing their activities in the first place? Like, I would literally laugh in your face. Be serious. Anyways, everything ended up spiraling out of control quickly, and now all of the K-pop industry is now essentially trying to bully these 4 girls into submission and anyone who dares to speak up for them. Like I mentioned earlier, many K-nets have doxed Korean 50/50 fans, essentially using fear to silence them. But on top of that, Gil Hak-mi, a singer who used to be under one of JHJ's many failed labors, Oscar Entertainment, showed her support for 50/50 members in a long since deleted Instagram story. It reads, "My poor girls. I also wanted to, so I understand your feelings. People don't know unless they're directly involved." She was then also attacked by K-nets, insulting her appearance and calling her a pig and all sorts of other horrible names simply for showing her support for the members. And she is still getting attacked to this day. But yes, I'm supposed to believe that 50/50 are the villains here. July 17th, Sion revealed that JHJ used him to convince the members to film the MV for Barbie Dreams even after suing, but stopped filming a day later. JHJ then had Sion lie to Warner Music that member B got COVID, and that's why they couldn't film. But then the story changed multiple times. Then it was member D's doctors who had advised her not to participate in the MV, and then stated that member D's parents did not want her participating in the filming of the MV. Like, which is it? Now, many of you know that this song was in collaboration with the American rapper Kelly. There are several videos of her online conducting interviews after the release of Barbie Dreams. I won't be including these clips out of fear of being copyright struck, but she can be seen getting visibly awkward when interviewers ask her about the MV that was supposed to be filmed for the song. She said in one interview, "We did film for it, but I don't know what happened to the footage." So 50/50 wasn't the only one who was affected by JHJ's actions and weird-ass inconsistencies here. I low-key feel like there is more to this that Callie isn't saying as well, but if she doesn't want to speak on it, she doesn't have to. You can tell that Attract really inconvenienced her by suddenly deciding to cancel filming for the music video. August 1st, after the Korean courts reopened from holiday, 50/50's case was suddenly moved to mediation court to try and resolve the conflict between the two parties. August 9th, the mediation hearing was held. The mothers of members B and D attended the mediation with 50/50's legal representative to meet with Attract's lawyers. The two parties did not reach an agreement, and the court suggested that they hold another mediation hearing on the 16th of August to discuss things further anyways. August 16th came, and 50/50 told the court that they had no intention of mediating with and returning to Attract due to their unwillingness to be financially transparent with them and wanted to resume the lawsuit to suspend their contracts in court. Something I forgot to mention earlier is the fact that the court gave Attract a time limit to provide the financial documentation of what they had done with the money that was supposed to be invested into 50/50. Attract never ended up submitting those documents to the court. Gee, I wonder why. I really think that the pushback against 50-50 and the pressure to make up with a track within the industry is so strong because I personally believe that this is high-key one of the K-pop industry's worst fears. Their idols and groups exposing the company and industry for insidious actions in abusing them, exploiting, and hurting them while in front of a global audience. This industry is often stereotyped for exploiting and overworking their idols that pushes them to the brink and beyond, with several incidents to back up these claims as well. They know that not only is all of South Korea watching, but also the entire world is watching what they are doing to them, and they know it makes them look bad. That's why they're bullying these girls so hard to try and get them to shut up, even though it's really just making them look worse. All idols in the industry watching this unfold should be terrified, especially Nugu and female idols, and all of you who are siding with literal companies, corporations, CEOs, and old businessmen who only care about how much money an idol can make them are supporting and aiding in this toxicity and corruption within K-pop, like dead ass. And then y'all have the nerve to get all pissy whenever someone makes comments or videos about how toxic the K-pop industry is, but I digress. Anyways, as you can see, it was clear as day that things were not looking too good for our girls. While I did not believe any of that nonsense for a second, I did, however, find myself feeling kind of frustrated at the start of it all. I first got into K-pop because of Luna, so I was in orbit from day one almost. And considering that this was happening nearly right after the whole situation and lawsuits against BBC, well, to be completely honest, I was feeling pretty frustrated with the members, wishing that they had just waited until after the Barbie promotions or something to sue a track. But with the new information I know now, I should have never thought like that in the first place. That frustration was misplaced and should have been directed solely towards a track and the givers for hurting them and not being honest with the members. There is no reason those girls would have given up such huge once-in-a-lifetime opportunities like that if the situation was not as dire as they claim. As stated in their lawyer's statement, the members said that they want to see Honeys again as soon as possible, so I can't imagine how hard all of this must be on them. And I personally want to apologize to the members for that. I don't know if this video will ever reach them, but your health, safety, mental well-being, and happiness is more important than any commercials or gigs or anything else that may have come your way during that time. At the end of the day, it is all irrelevant if you're not happy, healthy, or safe. On August 17th, just a few days ago at the time of writing this, 50-50 posted a handwritten letter on Instagram to reach out to their fans for the first time in months. The letter was posted after news broke that the members had filed a criminal lawsuit against JHJ for embezzlement and before the airing of the SBS episode I Want to Know or Unanswered Questions. The letter reads, Dear fans, this is Kina, Seno, Seo, and Aran from 50-50. We would first like to begin by apologizing to everyone who loves us for causing much concern. We know that there are fans who believe in us and are waiting for us. And that is why the members of 50-50 decided to put our hesitation aside and stepped up to share our position. We also know that many of you are confused by the current media and press coverage. Misunderstandings and accusations have been snowballing. We were deeply shocked by this and have been going through a tough time. Nevertheless, there is a truth that needs to be uncovered despite these difficulties. And we have strong faith that our fans will understand us and support us even more when it is clarified. The members of 50-50 have received overflowing love and encouragement from our fans. We also have many people around us who have worked hard and helped us. We have never forgotten, and even for a single moment, how thankful we are to our fans and everyone who supported us. We would like to take it to our hearts and return our gratitude by working even harder in the future. However, we first wanted to take this opportunity to right the wrongs that have been forced in our relationship with the agency, and to protect our music, we had no other choice. So, after a lot of consideration, our members have decided to face this path. We will continue to move forward by making careful decisions to overcome the current confusions and difficulties. It has been heartbreaking to see so many untrue stories being reported in the media, articles, and social media these days. Nevertheless, we have been careful about commenting on ending our exclusive contract with our agency. This does not mean we admit or accept what has been reported in the media. We believed that taking this issue to court based on facts was the right way to solve the situation. we hope that the truth would be uncovered during the trial process and our rights would be granted. This is something we hope for even to this day. To realize that hope, we will continue to collect and submit materials and evidence based on facts. In doing so, we hope to clarify any doubts and misunderstandings. We sincerely hope that you do not make too much criticism based on false suspicions and understandings and look at the facts objectively. Right now, every one of our members is in this together, relying on one another to stand strong. What we really want, however, is to carry out our activities as true artists in a trustworthy environment. Our members will do everything in our power to make this wish come true. We will do our best to come back in good shape and return our thankfulness to all of you who have been following us. Thank you. The letter was quickly confirmed by one of the mothers of the members and someone who worked with 50/50 directly. And I'm not going to lie, I was so glad to hear from the girls after such a long time, but at the same time, the letter broke my heart. All these girls wanted to do was sing, dance, and make music, and now they're being attacked by everyone because what? They wanted their company to be financially transparent with them. They stayed in some apartment in a nice neighborhood in Gangnam, which really means nothing, by the way, if you're in a shitty environment, but I'm getting ahead of myself. Because they didn't feel safe at a track and didn't want to be abused in order to achieve their dreams. Whatever reason you have, saying this backlash is excessive is an understatement, especially because it's not like they're the first and only idols to sue their agency, and considering how the industry is, they definitely won't be the last. Anyways, I'm just glad that they're standing their ground no matter what. Say whatever you want about these girls, but they have bigger balls than any of us. Literally, the entire industry they always dreamed of being a part of is actively attacking them, trying to damage their reputations for good, and they could not give a fuck. They are not going to back down, and good for them. They are standing up for themselves and what they believe is right, and it is one of the bravest things I've seen in a long time. This is why I stand with 50/50. Think about it for more than 2 seconds. If the members of 50/50 were really just scamming and scheming to get more money out of all of this, and they were just doing this for greed, don't you think they would have backed down already from all this intense backlash? I don't care how much money Cupid made. I don't think anyone is that desperate just for some extra money. There's something much deeper going on here, and we're just seeing this at the surface level. Knet tried to call the timing of the letter suspicious, thinking it was a sign that 50/50 was going to be exposed by the SBS program. Obviously, Knet's ridiculous speculations and expectations got thrown back in their fucking faces because the SBS episode had revealed the unfiltered truth to everybody. The SBS program about 50/50 had finally come out, and I want to put a real quick disclaimer for this part of the video. We're going to be mentioning instances of alleged false imprisonment, psychological abuse and torture, verbal abuse, weight shaming, starvation, and more. Please click off the video if you're not in the right headspace for it all, or skip ahead to some point later in the video to continue to learn more about this case. As I was saying, I was anxious as all hell before the episode came out because every honey was afraid that it was just going to be biased towards the CEO, just like all of the other articles that had come out up until this point. But I was very pleasantly surprised. All sides were interviewed and had their chance to speak their piece. With this, a lot of shit came to light about what the girls were put through during their time under attract. It was revealed by the program that not only did member D's illness exist pre-debut, 2 members were ill since pre-debut, and they were made to continue to work instead of making sure they received treatment for their medical conditions first. JHJ also made the members do daily BMI checks. The company artist revenue was split 70-30. The members were strictly controlled, there was 24/7 CCTV surveillance, and the members were scared of JHJ and suffered frequent panic attacks. There were also reports of food being thrown onto the floor as they were being insulted by staff and then thrown away. Mind you, this was food that their parents brought them because they were worried that their children weren't eating enough. Anyways, they were also getting stressed out to the point that they had tried to run away from the agency. It got so stressful for one of the members that she fainted and later woke up in the hospital. These poor angels. And that is only the stuff that the members and their families felt comfortable sharing on national television. We still don't know the full extent of the abuse that the girls experienced and had to endure while under the watch of that company as underage girls. And I don't think I even need to explain how an old man having 24/7 CCTV surveillance of a bunch of underage girls streamed directly to his office is fucking weird and perverted, but I digress. The episode also explained that the revenue from 50/50's album and music was never documented by Attract. This was what had the members of 50/50 and their parents raising their eyebrows in the first place. This was what had led them to discovering that the revenue generated from the group was being used to pay the debt off for another company and not Attract. And someone on Twitter brought up some really important points that people may overlook. There was revenue from 50/50's first album. It was simply never documented in Attract's books and went straight to Star Crew Entertainment instead. The evasion of documenting the said revenue generated from the first album also means that that money wouldn't be taxed. So this is also deliberate tax evasion. JHJ is using the girls to directly pay off the debt from Star Crew Entertainment, and like I stated earlier, since the members are no longer under Star Crew and were transferred to Attract, they are no longer obligated to pay off that money. Since JHJ is using the girls to pay off both the debts for Star Crew and Attract, this essentially makes 50/50's contract a slave contract. When I say this company got exposed, they got exposed. The shit these girls were put through is completely disgusting and inhumane. No one in their life should ever have to go through something like this just to achieve their dreams. And the fame was going to be fleeting anyways because allegedly, JHJ didn't even care for the girls like that. According to an Attract employee that was interviewed during the episode, he just wanted to make a girl group to try and get out the debt that he had accrued through his own incompetence and disband the group once that debt had been paid off and move on to the next thing. And considering how much money was being made off of Cupid, I don't think 50/50 would have lasted another 2 or 3 years if they had decided to stand or Attract anyways. So yeah, all of those articles about how much he cared about the girls' success and careers were also bold-faced lies, but I think at this point in the video, you could have guessed that already. Anyways, and even with all that information that was revealed, the attacking still continued and the doubling down began. There were complaints that the program was biased towards the members, as if the 47,853,820 articles that came out painting JHJ as some sort of untouchable saint weren't biased at all. What a bunch of brainless sheep, truly. It's really amazing how little brain power these people have to even try to challenge their own beliefs and what they've been told based on new information that was revealed to them, so it must be biased. Anyone who thinks that the program was biased solely because it painted JHJ in a bad light, it's time to put on our critical thinking caps. All SBS did was present the facts as is in the episode by giving everyone involved the chance to speak. So maybe JHJ and Attract are shit people? How could the CEO of a company ever be a horrible person? That certainly never happened in modern day capitalism before, ever, let alone in the K-pop industry. Idols are well known for abusing, scamming, and betraying their superiors who have been in the industry for decades before them, right? Anyways, here's some reactions to the information that was released from the SBS episode. I knew it. I knew the girls were having their reasons for suing them. I always support the members. People that call them greedy did it to mislead us all. I got so tired of trying to argue with these empty-headed people about why you should listen to young girls who are in an industry that already has a past of treating young girls horribly over money-hungry companies that tries to blame it all on them. Like, haven't we heard this same story so many times? Clint Edwards, someone who interviewed 50/50 before, have said, I've done 2 interviews with 50/50 before and after the success of Cupid. You never would have known they were going through this by how happy they seem to talk about their careers and their lives. So glad they spoke up and are not backing down. They deserve so much more. At the time of me writing this portion, a Dispatch article about 50/50 and the SBS program has been released, trying to expose the girls and their family for lying on the program. The article claims that it wasn't the staff of Attract to abuse the members. No, it was presumably the givers, the people who JHJ hired to watch over and care for these teenage girls who committed the crime. So obviously, it has nothing to do with him. And here's the kicker. The Dispatch article literally had a screenshot of the CCTV footage of the abuse happening. JHJ literally confirmed and provided the proof that the abuse did take place, and because the parents didn't know exactly who did what, now everything from the SBS program is lies and not a reliable source. Like, give me a fucking break. Here are some reactions to the news. Just read it, and it's not the gotcha moment you think it is. Quite the opposite, actually. They just gave solid evidence that mistreatment was indeed occurring within Attract's walls. Another user writes, the 50/50 fanbase, in fact, writes, why was this evidence only released after the SBS episode aired? Why did Jung Hung Jun not protect his artist from the start? He hid this information to protect his own reputation, just like how he covered up the abuse and bullying within Sharp. And of course, brainless K-pop company stans and netizens are just eating that shit up, talking about why don't they sue the givers then, and thinking the givers are the one who are manipulating the girls into doing this to the CEO, even though their lawyer stated several times that the members are doing this out of their own free will. Like, hello, is anyone home? Are we really going to believe that same news outlet that tried to paint Chu as a bad guy by claiming that she was the one who was abusing BBC and staff when they were literally playing games in her face and not giving her fucking money? And on a more important note, Attract hired these people. If anything, JHJ and Attract just proved that they knew that the abuse was happening this whole time, and they did not give a shit to do anything about it until they could use that video proof to pass the blame onto someone else, as if they're not the employers? Okay, if these people are so shitty, where the fuck did you find these people, and why did you hire them and leave those young girls all alone with them in their care, huh? Also, let's not forget that this guy is literally, allegedly, embezzling money, which is, illegal. That's why they're suing him in the first place. You as the CEO are liable for their well-being no matter who you hired committed the abuse against them. Don't just do whatever and expect not to bear any of the responsibility when you are the one in charge. That's what background checks are for. And if you can't handle that, don't become a fucking CEO. Please grow up and study hard in business before becoming the CEO of an agency next time, okay? Additionally, I don't want anyone to think that I'm defending the givers at all. They are also complicit and participated in abusing and taking advantage of the girls. So I don't want to hear anything about how I'm not giving the givers any shit or I'm defending them. This is all happening under Attract's watch, which is why JHJ is getting the most flack here. But make no mistake, I'm not defending the givers, nor should they be defended. I'm not here to defend any rotten-ass corrupt corporation, so the givers can fuck off too. Panchoa had also released an article around this time, claiming that the SBS episode lied about everything, including JHJ not attending the monthly evaluations. Mind you, this is the only thing JHJ had denied from the program despite the misleading headline. Not to mention that JHJ did not provide any substantial or concrete proof of him attending the monthly evaluations. All that motherfucker had to say was, "Nuh-uh," and K-Nets automatically believed his word. Like, fuck you mean, nuh-uh? You didn't even deny the abuse or all of the other points that they made in the program, but that's the only thing you refute, and now the whole thing was lies? That doesn't make any sense. But anyways, and K-Nets left a bunch of silly-ass comments under the article, such as, "No, but I just freaking pity that CEO, and so they didn't even check their evidence, and I don't trust, I want to know." Like, these loser incels are so brain dead, it's literally starting to get funny. How does JHJ's meat taste in your mouth, bitch? Some more reactions from people online. They'd rather believe one man over multiple staff members exposing him, a former idol, 50-50 themselves, and the reporters who conducted an investigation on this. Another user writes, "So the worst accusations against Attract and the givers is that they used excessive CCTV, instilled fear to the point of panic attacks, delayed important medical procedures, enforced extremely harsh diets, and more. And the worst accusation against 50-50 is that They're greedy. I truly believe that there's a double standard here. I hate to say it, but I'm going to say it. If 50/50 was a boy group, I don't think the backlash and doubling down would be this insane. From any angle you look at it, it makes no sense why people are trying to discredit the entire episode and program because they may have gotten one fact wrong and then are also trying to justify the abuse the members suffered. It's too normalized to the point where this many people are trying to rationalize teenage girls being abused, and with all the minors and kids the industry has been trying to snatch up lately, it's just sick and worrying. As I continue to work on this video, more and more information keeps coming out. This video is going to end up being an hour long or longer before I know it. And by the time I post it, it will probably become outdated quickly, so it looks like I'll have to make that update video after all. With that being said, please be sure to come back and check for the update video I'm going to have to make in the near future. Anyways, it was recently revealed that in the CCTV footage that Attract provided as proof that the girls were abused by staff of The Givers and not Attract, yeah, that was a lie, unsurprisingly. This article states that 3 of the staff members in the footage provided were employees of Attract and only one of them was under The Givers. And once again, I'm not defending The Givers. This is just to show that both of them are responsible for the mistreatment and abuse of the members of 50/50. Not only that, but financial documents revealed that Attract had only spent a whopping total of 55,000 Korean won, which is equivalent to $41 US a month on food for the members. You heard me. This company was spending less than $50 a month per member on food. Some months, this included expenses spent on food for the staff as well. However, for 12 out of the 33 months, the money for food that was spent by the company was 0 Korean won. The girls' daily diet consisted only of chicken breast and butter coffee. It was only after the members' parents, trainers, and nutritionists complained was when Attract allowed the girls to spend an extra 11,000 Korean won, or $8.21, at a nearby salad shop to eat. The news was so shocking that all Kpop actually reported on the girls' abuse for once instead of trying to villainize them. One user reacted by saying, dividing $165 monthly for food among 4 members and even sharing with staff results in approximately $4 per person a month. The allocation proves inadequate for maintaining a sustainable and nutritious diet as the members involved experience significant deprivation. Another user posted, yeah, they may have lived in one of the most expensive dorms in Seoul, but who give a fuck if they couldn't afford to eat? Criminal CEO Jung Hong-jun, you will suffer for this. And it just keeps getting better. Dispatch just wrote another article essentially blaming the girls who were underage at the time, mind you, for their own abuse, claiming things like some members weighed as much as 50 kilograms or 110 pounds. And if the abuse was that bad, then why did they sign the contract with Attract? That JHJ check must be pretty sweet, huh? Like, I don't think I even need to state how this sentence is messed up. Like, do you know how many trainees never even get the chance to be presented with the opportunity to debut? Like, just shut the fuck up. Shut up. And I'm not even going to bother linking that disgusting article, but if you really want to find it, it's out there and it's pretty easy to find. Most of the girls are taller than me, and I weigh way over 110 pounds, and I am still considered slim. You're telling me that because the girls weighed a little over 110 pounds, that warrants grounds for abuse? They were sneaking in food and snacks. Yeah, maybe it's because they were fucking starving them in there and were only allowed to nibble on practically nothing 3 times a day. Teenagers are well known for eating a lot of food to stay healthy and develop properly. What makes you think this type of behavior is okay? Because they're trained to be idols? Idols don't have to be under 100 pounds to be good idols. Like, oh my god, some teenage girls weigh over 100 pounds. Call the fucking police. Some other reactions online read, this patch is so foul. Like, why are you fighting against these abused little women who were mostly underage when the abuse started? They had no voice or power to fight back, but here you go, once again blurring their chance and getting freedom from their shit CEO and company. Another user posted, one thing about this case is it proves that y'all are only talk. y'all will talk about believing victims, protecting idols, etc., etc. But when these young girls are coming forward with abuse proof, the worst of y'all saying they're lying, and the best say they've been manipulated by two parties. Another user posted, I hate Attract, and now I hate Dispatch. And when did y'all start siding with companies? Were y'all born yesterday? We all saw what happened to OX, Luna and Chu, Cypher, and more groups. And if you're a Western fan, we all saw what Scooter Braun did with Taylor. Another user posted, it's not true that the company didn't provide enough food. They were on a diet consisting of chicken breast for breakfast, brown rice for lunch, and chicken breast for dinner. It's the dumbest thing I've ever heard because that is, in fact, not enough food. Another user reacted by posting, I despise how one of the things Fifi were exposed for by Dispatch was that they had snacks in their room. Whoa! You mean that when you put teenagers on an incredibly restrictive diet, they try to cheat on it so that they can function like human beings? I also don't see how it makes it okay to empty all the bags on the floor, yell at them, and make them pick up the snacks, like... Some people try to call out others for being biased towards 50-50 just because we like the members. Even if that's the case, a lot of the shit people hate the members for aren't even true. So does it make it right for you to spread misinformation and justify the abuse they experience just because you don't like 50-50? This isn't the gotcha moment you think it is, so go and grow some brain cells for the love of God. More reactions online read, why are you dick riding a no-name company and CEO? How is exposing that they starved and mistreated them being greedy? How is asking them for their personal medical information to stay personal greed? You people have no empathy for others, and it's clear you don't see idols as people. This user goes on to say, people's only argument against Fifi is that they're greedy, but the only time money was even mentioned by them in this case was them wanting financial transparency from the company. They didn't even want to get paid, they just wanted to know where the money was going. And guess what? The money was going to their CEO's personal debts. How are y'all okay with that? But the idea of the members wanting to get paid, which you all made up in the first place, is where you draw the line. Another user posted, I'm always taking the idol side as they are powerless against a fucking company. And 90% of the time they're victims. Also, why do y'all hate 50-50 so much? Did they hurt your family or steal from you? Another one goes on to say, the facts. Attract have had 2+ months to provide documents that prove the 8 billion won was spent on 50-50. That has not happened. 2, both the Givers and Attract staff abused these girls, CCTV confirmation released by JHJ himself. And 3, the members wanted transparency, not money. So how does greed come into play? The way some people are talking about them online, you would think being a little greedy is the worst offense you could commit. Anyways, 50-50 are wonderful idols no matter their weight or what they look like, and the fact that we have people out here shaming teenagers for trying to eat well is truly shameful. Try living off of $41 a month yourself and tell me how well it goes. I know you can do it. And the latest update at the time of writing this script, SBS released a statement regarding the backlash for the unanswered questions episode on 50-50. The statement reads, we would like to express our deepest regrets for hurting the feelings of many people working in the K-pop scene and fans who love K-pop during the broadcast, contrary to the intentions of the production team. In addition, we will make it clear that this program is not intended to take sides with interest, and we will fill in the gaps with follow-up broadcasts through additional coverage on some of the issues that are currently controversial. So basically he said, sorry y'all feel that way, we'll make another episode, but I can't guarantee it won't piss y'all off. Anyways, so it looks like we're going to get another episode on this in the near future. And I still feel a little nervous, but not as nervous as before. I don't think SBS is just suddenly going to switch up on their stance, just because some people online are whining and bitching at them about the way the investigation into this case was handled. Both sides were talked to. KNS just didn't like what they had to hear from 50-50 side or anything that didn't support their delusional beliefs and labeled it as biased reporting. I thought you guys loved biased reporting though. Anyways, I feel like we are going to learn so much more about the situation. And the more KNET and K-pop companies stand bitch and moan about it, the more dirt that's going to come out about both Attract and the Givers. So keep complaining, please. It's because of all the whining you've done so far why we've learned of 50-50's abuse that happened behind the scenes in the first place. So thank you so much for all of your hard work. Well, By this point in the video, I'm sure you already have a pretty good idea on what my opinion is. But this brings me to why I made this video in the first place. Even after everything that has happened, after all of the information that has come out about what has been done to these precious girls, Knets and K-pop company stands are now doing hardcore damage control, talking about oh well, they should have endured it. All idols go through stuff like this. They should still be grateful. They shouldn't have snuck in food when they weren't allowed to. They're greedy, they're greedy. Shut up! K-pop company stands and Knets will yell and scream up and down about mistreatment when a member gets 0.1 second less lines than other members in the group, or when a group isn't putting out as much music compared to another group that's under the same label as them. But when these girls reported on being starved, insulted, living in fear, suffering panic attacks, fainting, and then it's not that big a deal. It happens to all idols in the industry, so they just need to get over it. And like I said earlier, you all have the gall to get mad when people make videos on how shit and cruel the K-pop industry is to their idols, but here you are defending that behavior. This is not normal. None of this shit is normal and will never be normal. And you should all be fucking embarrassed because this is happening in front of the entire world, and all you morons have are excuses trying to make everyone who are concerned about the girls feel fucking crazy. I have been into K-pop since 2017, and I have never in my life seen shit like this. But I think I'm starting to get why. Because if every idol had the balls to do what 50/50 is doing right now, the K-pop industry would literally cease to exist as we know it. And I hate to make this about fan wars or whatever, but I feel like if 50/50 didn't destroy as many records as they did, this many people wouldn't be so happy to watch their downfall. K-pop is not that fucking serious, but I don't know. It's just a hunch. Look, it's even gotten to the point where politicians are getting involved, using 50/50's case for their own political agenda, labeling this as tampering, which it is not, but we're gonna have to save that for the update video. There is so much more to touch on there, and I'm trying not to make this a 2-hour video. You all claim to be against bullies and bullying, but every single one of you is literally bullying these young girls and everyone who defends them into submission. Is bullying only taken seriously when you losers have the excuse to talk shit about idols online? Maybe instead of bullying idols all day, you should get a job so you can make some money to fix your cracked phone and put some food in your belly. Maybe you'd be happier that way, so let's all work hard to be productive members of society. And now I have to wonder, what is the end goal here? If 50/50 loses and has to stay under their contract with a tract, it's not like the K-pop company stands or Knets are going to support them since the CEO basically tarnished their name over there in Korea. So what's the point of continuing the contract? To lock the members in the basement? To punish them and make an example out of them for other idols? Like, I'm genuinely wondering why everyone wants them to lose so badly. If they won't be able to have a successful career under a tract or in Korea in general, really, unless something drastic happens. None of this makes any sense. Like, just let them go already, damn. Also, a quick side note before moving on to the next section. I'm pretty confused as to why so many people are trying to pin the blame on the girls' parents as well. Should they just let their daughters fend for themselves? Like, what the hell do you want them to do? The only thing I blame their parents for is allowing their underage daughters to end up in a predicament like this in the first place. Parents really need to stop sending their young-ass kids to live under a bunch of strangers to become idols, because crazy shit like this can happen. Like, I know they just want to support their children and their dreams, and that is wonderful, but wait until they hit 18 at least. It felt so good to get all that off my chest. I want to end this video on a more positive note though, so I asked honeys, what do you love about 50/50? Their loyalty and dedication to this group will amaze you. The first email I received is from a honey I will identify as Honey W. They write, why I love 50/50. I wasn't very into K-pop at first. I just liked the song Cupid twin version. But after watching the studio version of the 4 girls singing, I fell in love with their cuteness, amazing vocals, and great chemistry together. I love all of their songs so much right now. Aran, the baby princess maknae, has such an angelic and soothing voice, the cutest face, and I love her clumsy but hilarious moments. She's my bias, by the way. Theo, the shy introverted kid, has such stable and mind-blowing vocals. Really pretty big eyes and a goofy personality, especially around Aran. Yes, I love Aran, despite her shyness. Sena, the cutie sunshine, has the best leadership with her mom instincts for the other members. The coolest dancing skills and choreography skills. She's so all-rounded and cute. Hina, the friendly queen, has such amazing rapping skills, lovely vocals, and really cool hidden skills like rapping on a foam roller wall. To conclude, I love them so much, and I really hope the girls can stay strong through these tough times, and Honeys will support you guys forever, no matter what. The next Honey, I will identify as Honey H&M, writes, Dear Aran, Seo, Kina, and Sena, I hope this letter finds you all in good health and high spirits. I am writing to express the immense admiration and love I hold for each one of you as members of the incredible K-pop girl group 50/50. Your music, talent, and dedication have touched the hearts of countless fans, and I wanted to take a moment to share my appreciation. Aran, your captivating vocals bring an enchanting depth to every song you sing. Your ability to convey emotion through your voice is truly remarkable, and it's evident that your passion shines through in every performance. Sena, your dancing skills are nothing short of mesmerizing. The way you command the stage with your energy and grace is a sight to behold. Your commitment to perfection is inspiring, and it's evident that you pour your heart and soul into every dance routine. Kina, your versatility as a performer is truly commendable. Whether it's your powerful rap verses or your soulful harmonies, you bring a unique flavor to 50/50's music that sets it apart. Your stage presence is magnetic and your energy is infectious. Seo, your leadership and warmth resonate with fans around the world. Your interactions with the audience and your fellow members show a genuine care and affection that makes 50/50 feel like a close-knit family. Your positive attitude is a beacon of light. Collectively, the synergy you four share is magical. Your unity on stage and off is a testament to the bond you've built as a group. The dedication and hard work you put into crafting your music and performances are evident, and it's clear that you are all striving for excellence with each new endeavor. As a devoted fan, I want to express my unwavering support for all your present and future endeavors. Your music has brought joy, solace, and inspiration into my life, and I am incredibly grateful for the moments you've shared with us through your art. Please remember that your fans, Honey, stand by you, cheering you on every step of the way. Your talent, dedication, and spirit have touched us all deeply, and we eagerly await the music and performances you'll grace us with next. 50/50's journey is a source of happiness and motivation for us all. Wishing you endless success, love, and happiness in everything you do. With all my love and support, Honey H&M. And the last email we're going to be reading today will be coming from Honey K. They write, to 50/50. I understand that things are tough right now, but I want you to know that everything will work itself out. I've noticed you as honest individuals who expect honesty from those around you, so I'm offering my sincere feelings through this letter. You are my favorite artist. I love that you are a group of very talented idols who are brave enough to stand up for themselves and not let the public bully you out of speaking up for yourselves. I appreciate your vocals, visuals, and talent. There can never be a second 50/50 because there's only one 50/50. Therefore, stay strong because Korea cannot erase your history. You are 50/50 and Honeys will continue to support you. Your loyal fan, Honey K. I want to thank all the Honeys who decided to be a part of this video. I hope this part of the video has enlightened all of you as to why 50/50 has a small but fiercely loyal and dedicated fan base. As long as Honeys stick by 50/50's side, I do believe that there's a rainbow waiting for us all beyond this hurricane and we will make it through this. Yay! Well, I'm finally done. After working on this video, I now see why people use those AI-generated voices instead of just reading the script. I think I will just be doing that for the update video, but we'll see. I just felt like I had to make this video because I really thought that the SBS program was going to help people open their eyes and see the light, the truth that they were being manipulated by corporations, CEOs, and media play from within the industry to protect itself, whether it ends up destroying these girls or not. But I quickly realized that K-Nets and K-pop company stands have not finished developing their brand yet, so that's my fault. Watching this all go down has been so frustrating, but all I can do as a fan is try to spread awareness and the truth about 50-50 situation. It's just been so shockingly disappointing. Idols really are not seen as people. They are just meant to be consumed and used as tools by corporations. They are just expected to shut up, sit down, look pretty, and sing their silly little songs. These are fucking human beings, and this is their careers on the line, their livelihoods. And these people have the gall to laugh at and insult them for fighting for wanting to be treated the way they deserve and should be treated. You all are what's wrong with this fucking industry, and everyone who ever deliberately spread misinformation and tiptoed around the abuse the members suffered are going to hell. If you come across someone or anyone who needs a go-to video to learn about the 50-50 case, please point them towards this video. Honeys, please stay strong. Keep fighting misinformation and lies with facts and sources. Like I said, I'm linking all of my sources and articles below in the description, so please use them to your advantage. This was a lot of information to cover and hours of research put into one video, so if I missed anything at all, please let me know down in the comments below so I can include it in my update video. I don't know when that will be out, but I will try my best to get it done in a timely manner. To the people who watch my video to get a clear sense of what's going on, thank you so much for watching. I hope I explained everything well enough. Make your own conclusions, I guess, but there is no need to spread misinformation just to attack and insult the members, especially when it's based on baseless accusations spread by unreliable tabloids and can't be backed by any evidence. Don't just take clickbait headlines at face value and call it facts. A lot of these tabloids are being paid off by Attract and JHJ himself in order to push a particular narrative, so please look deeper into it for the facts and the real truth. And to 50-50. Y'all are such brave, smart, and kind-hearted young women, so don't back down no matter how hard it gets. You deserve the honesty and transparency you ask of others. You've been failed by this company and this industry, and you're fighting for what you believe is right. No matter how bad things look right now, have faith. There are many fans from around the world who know the truth and are cheering you on 1,000%. When this is all over, you can come be a group in the US or in Europe or whatever you want to do. Many of us will support you over here. Honeys will be waiting at the other side for you when this is all over. Oh, and to the people who think I was being biased, I don't give a damn. Bye.